What's up, YouTube? What's up, YouTube? It's your boy back with another one. People, in today's video, we want to discuss the DA's position of foreign investment into Cape Town, whether they check these people's backgrounds or not, and why Cape Town is becoming a haven, a safe haven for international criminals. Let me know what you think about this topic in the comment section below. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel. You know we family, right? Holler. People, we all know that the Western Cape is ruled by the Democratic Alliance, the DA. And another thing we know is that the DA is big and heavy on direct foreign investment. The thing about foreign investment and bringing in capital, much needed capital, to the Western Cape, and to Cape Town in particular, is that it boosts the economy. It creates jobs. It does a whole lot of things for the infrastructure of Cape Town. And that is why Cape Town is beautiful, because of the direct flow of direct foreign investment. Cash, money to be exact. But here's the thing. Does the DA care about who is coming in to the city of Cape Town? Does it do background checks? Does it worry? Does it care? Or are they just in it for the money or for the investment? Would they allow, or do they have a system that looks into bad apples, wanted criminals? Or is it a case of, well, we just want the money. We just need the money. We will deal with the other shenanigans at a later stage if the need arises. You see, my thought is this, right? If you are looking at international fugitives that are wanted by, let's just say, Interpol, for example, and Cape Town has been known for being a hub or a destination for wanted fugitives. Cape Town has been a gracious host city to these undesirable characters. Now, I don't know if there is a playbook. I don't know if there's a WhatsApp group with these international players and the underworld that let each other know that if you ever need to flee, if you ever need to run, if you ever need to hide, Cape Town is the place to be. And it's shocking because a lot of undesirable characters actually reside in Cape Town. And I'm talking about some notable wanted people in other countries. Now, these people don't come empty handed at all. These people come with millions in the bank. And when they come with millions, it's not in rands. These people come with millions in dollars, in pounds, and in euros. So, as a government, does the DA look into all of these things? Or do they just grant anybody who has any amount of money above a certain amount? Or do they just allow any Dick, Tom, and Harry to come into the city? Now we know that investment is a big thing in Africa. Investments are things that every African city needs to develop and to thrive. And Cape Town is no exception. We definitely understand that. But is it a wise thing to accept direct foreign investment from underworld figures, shadowy figures? Is it a wise thing to allow criminal elements to reside within your city? Internationally renowned underworld figures to reside in your city? What does that say about Cape Town? What image or what reputational damage does that do to a city like Cape Town? I mean, if you have a reputation for being the world's most beautiful city, wouldn't you want to keep that beautiful reputation mentality going? If you keep housing, if you keep hosting, if you keep, I don't know, uh, I wouldn't say inviting, but if you keep um, wanted criminals in your backyard, doesn't that make you a criminal yourself? I mean, as individuals, if you protect a criminal, if you house a criminal, if you hide a criminal in your property, you yourself could be arrested by the authorities, right, for aiding and abetting a criminal. So when a fugitive flees from their country as a person of interest or a wanted person and they flee to Cape Town, does Cape Town not get that same treatment as being a city that is aiding and abetting a wanted criminal? The reason I'm asking is because there have been some notable shady characters from Europe, from America, that have been living in Cape Town. Some have even died in Cape Town doing illicit things. So is it the love or the need for these people's monies that the city of Cape Town is hosting these criminals? Or is it a case of trying to help the person to rehabilitate so they can reform back into society? The funny thing about this is, if you talk to people in, let's just say Johannesburg, they'll tell you Joburg is full of crime, Joburg is there. And yeah, Joburg has a few internationally wanted fugitives or criminals, right? That's the way. It's not the same when you talk to people about Cape Town. Cape Town is like the hub, the meeting spot, the meeting place of internationally known criminal rings, cartels. I mean, what does it take? Or does Cape Town, no, what's the word? What does it take for Cape Town? Or what will it take for Cape Town to turn these criminals in, hand them over to Interpol? Because it's shocking that people who are wanted in certain countries are living freely in Cape Town, knowing that they're on Interpol's list. Does South Africa, does Cape Town not have an extradition treaty with these countries? Does South Africa not notify these people or those other governments that they wanted fugitives within our borders? I mean, is it a case of these people are bringing money, they're bringing investment, they're bringing opportunities, they're bringing product? What could it be that makes a city like Cape Town so attractive to criminal elements? And what makes Cape Town the perfect hosting city to these criminal elements? My bit is that criminals with budgets the size of, I don't know, cities or small countries are a huge benefit to Cape Town and to South Africa in particular. But the reason they choose Cape Town over Johannesburg is something that is beyond my imagination. Because as much as Cape Town is a beautiful city by global standards, crime wise, Joburg is where most criminals would go and hide because Joburg is like the crime capital of South Africa, right? You would think that criminals would move to a crime haven like Johannesburg because most crimes that happen in Johannesburg are crimes of all sorts. And that, for me, is a surprising thing that criminals are moving to a tourist destination as a source of refuge, whereas they could be moving to a crime riddled city like Johannesburg for a place of refuge. So I'm not quite understanding where the drive or the pull factor is of why they choose Cape Town. So I have two theories here. Number one, they will choose Cape Town because of the seaport to continue their operations through the seaways, through the seaports. First theory. Second theory, they would easily blend into Cape Town because of the dynamic mix between the underworld and the government. Because in criminal circles, trust me, news spreads like wildfire whenever a certain criminal element gets something right. It spreads in the underworld, and then they form these networks that then allow other criminal elements to enter the fray. That's what I'm thinking. But this is a theory to me. So what I'm basically saying is this. With the influx of underworld figures into Cape Town, wanted fugitives into Cape Town, it almost feels like the government of the day in the province is almost like inviting, allowing, almost aiding and abetting. Because if I'm not mistaken, it's shocking that someone who is wanted by Interpol can live in Cape Town for 15 years, 20 years, and be undetected. I mean, there are newspaper articles openly talking about a known person that has fled the country because this and that, and they're residing in Cape Town. I mean, if the journalists know that, come on, you telling me that the intelligence agents don't know this? You telling me the government people don't know this? You telling me the security cluster don't know this? Come on now, people. As much as I always say, money is not everything, although everything costs money. But the mere fact that Cape Town, as a world class city, as a beautiful city, can play host to international crime syndicates or internationally wanted fugitives is beyond measure. I mean, what does that say about Cape Town's stance on crime prevention? One looks at Cape Town and think that Cape Town is the gangster paradise of Africa. So when international figures or internationally known underworld figures hear these things, read about these things, see these things on news, on YouTube, on social media, it draws them to the city and say, okay, if all that violence is going on, if all these corruption scandals are going on involving underworld figures, that means the government might be interwoven into that underworld fabric too. You know what I mean? And then they come in and then they see that, oh wow, okay, we can stay, we can invest, we can pay our way around, we can get away with this, we can get away with that, we can live in luxury. Of course, this is inviting. News spreads. They tell their friends back home, they tell their friends, they tell their colleagues, they tell their networks. Next thing you know, we've got criminals from all over Europe coming to Cape Town. Is that a good look for Cape Town? Is it? I don't think so. So, what can Cape Town do to curb the influx of internationally known underworld figures? The answer? Well, Cape Town needs to play its part in crime prevention. How? By flagging people that are coming from high risk countries, countries that are known for criminal activities. Everyone coming from said countries or such countries should be flagged, irrespective of the person being a good role model citizen wherever they come from. But because you're a passport holder, an ID carrier from said country, you should be flagged. You should have a background check done on you. You can't just be entering our country and Cape Town in particular just because you have millions or billions, perhaps. I don't think that's the right strategy that Cape Town is actually doing. So I just honestly think that this free flow of criminals, this international exchange of crime into Cape Town City is actually a bad and detrimental thing for the residents of the city because now it exposes us to crimes we didn't even know. It exposes us to violence that we've never known. And to be honest, I think it's a bad look for the city. As much as beautiful as Cape Town is, as much as beautiful as the people of Cape Town are, and the hospitality and the traditions and the cuisine and everything, just by Cape Town City allowing underworld figures to live and thrive within our city's limits is a big no, no, and a negative, and it's a bad look for Cape Town and for South Africa as a whole. That's what I think. I think the government needs to review its policies on international crime, on criminals, and this whole migration story. I really think we, as a government, really need to change the policies when it comes to international migration, especially for people coming from high risk countries. That's my take on it. Let me know what you think about this topic. Was I on the money or did I totally miss it with this one? Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel. You know we family, right? Holla.